Hi everyone. Today I would like to talk about the research and method. And first of all, I would like to introduce how to set up the research question. And here's a quote is that PICO. It means the patient or population, and I refers to intervention, which means the treatment, and also C means the comparison, and O refers to the outcome. So this PICO names pickle refers to that the research questions should be rational and it should have a high importance and visibility. It is also needed to be answerable. So about the references, there are two types of references. First is the primary and the other one is secondary. The primary references is based on your own research and also the result of your some kind of papers. But for the secondary references, it is about the result that you base on others' research outcomes. So, about hypothesis, there are two types of hypothesis, as you can see here. It is the directional and the non-directional. The directional hypothesis means that it has a specific answer, like if, for example, if you do more exercise, you will be healthy, and has a specific direction. But for the non-directional, it can have two results. It means that, for example, I'm using the same example. If you exercise more, you'll be healthier. But if the hypothesis is non-directional, the result can be if you exercise more, you can't be healthier. The result can be diverged. And about the hypothesis, there are also two types. The first one is the null hypothesis. That means there's no relationship between the ID, which is the independent variable, and also the control variable. And the other one is the alternative or research hypothesis. That means the hypothesis aims to have a observable result, and it is expected by the scientist or researcher. So finally, we are going to talk about different types of research. There are two types of research. One is non-experimental, including descriptive and exploratory. Descriptive is that we need the research to describe some relationship or correlation between various factors, and exploratory is that we explore the causes or impact for different factors on specific things. And the other kind of research is the experimental. That means the scientists need to conduct some qualitative or quantitative experiment. So what is mean by the qualitative or quantitative research, I will talk in a later lecture. So about the time of the research, there are also two different degree of time. The first one is the cross-sectional and the other one is the longitudinal. So as you can see, here I wrote in Chinese. This cross-sectional is that the research only measured one time for the result. But conversely, the longitudinal is that the researcher needs to measure the result for a couple of times, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe 4, or so on. So for the relationship, there are various kind of relationship. For example, the result can set that there are no relationship between different variable. So this is meant by the symbol x here. So the second one is the positive relationship, and the third one is the negative relationship. That means for the positive relationship, for example, if you do more exercise, your weight, your 6-minute walk result will be better. Better means higher. You can walk farther and with a longer distance. So this is an example for a positive relationship. So for the negative relationship is that, for example, when you exercise more, which means you exercise for a longer period of time, for a regular basis, your weight will be lowered. So when one thing increase and another thing decrease, this is a negative relationship. And the last one is the curvilinear, which I wrote in Chinese is that the change due to one factor will keep constant after a certain period, will keep constant, will not forever increase or forever decrease. So next we're going to talk about the degree of control. So there are typical type of degree of control, including true, quasi degree of control, and also the single one. And lastly, the evidence-based practice, which in short form is EBP, includes clinical expertise and also systematic research. So this is the end of the first lecture about the parameters or also the requirement of a research question or simply a research.